What is this? Wait, no, Hilly is so, oh my, Hilly! Oh, you're a god! Hey guys, so we are here with game 4, Fnatic versus TES. Fnatic is 2-1 up. There were two games, the first two games where Fnatic's bot lane really hard carried. And then we had the third game where, you know, TES really took over and Fnatic bot lane just couldn't carry it again. So what the thought process here in game 4 would be based on how game 3 went. So Fnatic is like, we played 3 times on the red side, so now they choose the side. I think the losers always choose the side. And what they decided to do is decided to go to blue side, right? So they kind of prepared both sides draft and they said, okay, let's go to blue side. Let's throw TES, you know, they throw off guard. Now, based on the fact how drafts went so far, I really dislike that. I like the red side more than I like the blue side. Based on the fact what people are first picking, based on how TS is drafting, I would definitely prefer red side over blue side. The next thing is, let's, think about what can Fnatic improve. So TES, what they can take away is keep the Israel if possible, so the safety net, right? They should pick something strong for Knight on mid lane. They should pick something strong for top lane. And they should pick a comfort pick for Karza in the jungle, okay? So those are the things TES has to keep. For Fnatic, pick something that, Nemesis and Beepo need to feel more comfortable, okay? They are having really bad performances in the series so far. And focus on, again, getting good stuff for Reckless and Hilly, okay? I don't think Rakan was a problem. I think Rakan was a great pick. And basically for Selfmade, right? Get him on those signature champions that Fnatic ran. Not on this Kha'Zix. I didn't particularly like it, even though it could potentially work out really well. So I prefer him on like stuff like Graves, Kindred, Hecarim, stuff like that. Okay, so here we see Syndra ban, Sylas ban. Okay, so let's look at this. So Syndra ban. Okay, and what happens is they ban Orianna. Okay, why? Because they think that Fnatic is gonna run the same thing, which is Orianna first pick. Then they ban Sylas because they're like, okay, so if Syndra is banned and Sylas is banned, TF gets open. They ban TF, so this is good. So now, based on the fact what Fnatic had troubles with is, I would take away, I think the weakest link right now on TES is the bot lane. And the champion that TES showed, like Jackie Love showed the best performance, is definitely Israel. So I would definitely, if I can have a target ban, I would ban Israel. Maybe a Volibear comes ban here, if they want to do something with a Renekton pick or something like that, but I would definitely look at Israel, as a potential ban. Yes, so this is good. This is the pick which, like, Jackie Love will have problems. I like that. Focus on getting bot lane good stuff. So what does TES ban here? TES should ban here Graves, or they should ban here. They should ban a jungler. Okay, they should definitely ban a jungler because there's also Lucian. So they have to ban Lucian. My bad. They have to ban Lucian. They're gonna ban Lucian. So I think there's gonna be a Graves first pick here. Because Fnatic, they can go for AD carry first pick, or they can go for jungle first pick. And I think based on the fact how confident Selfmade is with Graves and how much he should pick Graves. He should pick Graves. Because we don't really care what we're going to give Jackie Love, right? Either Senna or Ashe, so... Okay, so we're going to take the other. So here, it's either going to be Senna or Ashe, and then Fnatic is going to take the other. And then what I'm thinking about, there's going to be a jungler, which I don't know which jungler is going to happen. Yeah, so Senna or Ashe. I don't know what jungler they're gonna pick though here, you know? Maybe they run the Kindred thing back to Fnatic, that Fnatic ran game 1, but I really hate Kindred into Graves. I think that's a really int pick. I don't know how scrims went that people came to that conclusion that Kindred is good pick into Graves. But, you know, maybe someone in the comments can educate me on that. Someone that scrimmed in World Stage. Nidalee. I actually like Nidalee. Nidalee is a champion that if you can play it well, it can play both offensive, defensive, has many builds, supportive. Okay, can be a carry. And so far, the series has been about who has, you know, the better skirmishes early on. And Nidalee can potentially win against Graves. So they're gonna look in Ashe definitely here. Yeah. And here, I think they can just lock in Rakan. Like, I think they can lock in Rakan. They have super good engage, super good peel, super good damage, and then they just, you know, lock the mid top lane duo, and there's so much options for mid top lane. So I would definitely here go Rakan. Or Set. Ooh, Set is actually really good. Sorry. Set wasn't banned. Correct. Set is actually a good pick. I completely forgot about Set. Really good. They have to go Renekton. Okay. Renekton is good against Set, and Renekton can work against... So basically what they should do is double counter... I think Tahm Kench is fine. I think that makes Set go bot lane though, because Set Ashe is actually really strong into Senna, Tahm Kench, because Set can just E both, and then Tahm Kench can't eat, and then Ashe does a lot of damage. So I really I think I really don't like TES that they picked Senna Tahm Kench. I think Tahm Kench is good into Ashe, I agree, but when they should have, instead of Orianna, then banned, you know, Set, you know, because now the bot lane matchup is really good for Fnatic. Fnatic is really happy right now. Jungle matchup can go into Fnatic's way, so Fnatic now needs to just build a front line. And no poke continuous damage against Senna Nidalee. Just go in. Like, those champions don't work well if you go into their face. Just go in. You know? So I'm thinking about Camille Galio. I'm literally just thinking about Camille Galio here. I like the Renekton ban. And I would then ban... so they will fourth pick top lane. So do we want to give them... Ornn? Yes, I would give them Ornn. You need to ban carries. If you want to go Camille, probably ban Mordekaiser here. Just ban Mordekaiser. I mean, actually, they have a lot of AP damage. But if they go AP resistance, Senna does a lot of damage. I think Mordekaiser would be good ban and just go on Camille Galio combo. I don't think they can pick anything into Camille Galio if Mordekaiser is taken away. You still have the option to send Set top. Why would you ban Camille? Why don't you just go Camille Galio? If we give them Camille, right? And are you scared of Camille Galio yourself? Why? Why would you be scared of Camille Galio yourself? I really don't like this. So they flex the Jace. I really like this Jace pick because it can go into setup as well. And now what? What are you gonna pick? Are you gonna pick Galio for mid lane and then have no synergy with other picks? What are you gonna go top? I think top lane should go something like a Vladimir. Vladimir works really well into those 4 champs. The problem is you don't know who you're up against, so people can get hard countered. Don't go something like a GP. Actually, GP can work against actually, GP can be good. So they're gonna go against Sionis again. So they're gonna have to. They need to counter Jace mid lane now. What counters Jace mid? I actually don't remember anymore. Malphite? that would be crazy. I don't know. Yeah, set is support. The problem is they don't have any setup for Galio. I don't. And Galio doesn't really win Jason mid lane. Did they not know? Like TES did play in if I remember correctly, they played Jace mid in group stage. I really don't like this. I really don't like this Camille ban. Yeah, potentially they could go Camille 4, but then Fnatic could counter it by picking something like Mordekaiser. And then go something AD on mid lane. I don't know if, he has something prepared though. I think Mordekaiser would be into Tom Kench. I don't like this. Like this is exactly what we've been talking about. TES did. They locked in a safe bot lane, confident counter pick on Karsa, and then we have Jace, Sion in good matchups in mid and top. This is exactly what we said TES wanted. In terms of just who do they put their trust in. And the only thing I see is that Jace and Nidalee fall off pretty hard. Yeah, I just feel like that they can like damage, but the thing that we don't see here is that Senna can become a super duper hyper carry. I know Senna doesn't work well against Galio and Ornn because they're pretty tanky, but who's gonna get on Senna? Like Senna can be the hyper carry here. Senna can be. So I actually think that I actually like what TES did. Let's talk about these matchups, okay? So as we can see here, top lane we already talked about Sion. The jungle matchup is even, okay? Mid lane matchup into Jace's favor. I hope Jace goes cleanse. Galio is probably gonna go spellbook TP, right? Then we have bot lane matchup. It is in this guy's favor. And the reason why this is the case is because they have a lot of volume pressure. And they have Graves to set up. And Tahm Kench and Senna, they actually win the poke sustain war. But like I said, it's hard for Senna to play aggressive into a set, So I think it's based on Hulishas. And based on the fact Graves can solo start, I actually think Fnatic's not going to leash and Fnatic is going to get the push. And Fnatic is going to play around bot. But the problem is the top side of the map looks so scary. And if this goes into mid game, right? Set has very good very good tools to go in and mess them. Like Set is super good into this team, guys. Set is super good into this team. I like Graves as well. I like Ashe as well. This Ornn Galio thing is, I understand you want to be a frontline for Ashe, but like based on the champions provided, like it's obvious you're gonna get countered by Sion. Like so. I think if we go mid and late game, I think the infinity scaling on Senna actually wins this. I actually think infinity scaling on Senna wins this. I think this team just lacks damage. Even though we say here they have Nidalee and Jace, I'm telling you guys that this team lacks damage. Galio has to get ahead, but he's not gonna get ahead with Jace and Nidalee. So I think Selfmade and Nemesis have to play really, really well. Like Fnatic has to play really well, like 2v2 mid jungle, and they have to win it. And if they win it, Fnatic wins this game pretty easy. If they lose it, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult because they're very, very short range. Very short range champions into a Senna, TK Sion, Nidalee heal. This is, I think, too short range. And too, like, I know you see Ashe Arrow, you see Ornn ult, and you're like, they have a lot of engage. It just doesn't synergize as well with this. That's the problem. And I'm scared that Galio is going to be useless this game. So, first pathing, right? So Graves wants to play around mid, bot. Nidalee wants to play around mid, top. Okay, which means Nidalee either gets a leash on bot, okay, or does the loop-de-loop. Or here, so leash on bot goes full clear to top side, or does the loop-de-loop towards top side. Selfmade is probably gonna solo start bot, and he's gonna go loop-de-loop towards bot lane. Or what he can decide to do is he can decide to start blue and just, you know, path towards bot side. I don't think invading Nidalee is smart because Nidalee jungle is very, very fast. So I think both sides should just go for, you know, full clears. So Graves starts top and he's probably gonna now full clear towards bot side. And Nidalee starts bot and she's gonna full clear towards top side. Okay. TES, I am expecting TES to get pushed in by Sett and Ashe. This trade is not that good. But the thing is, Sett has very, very high regen. So I can understand why they would take this trade. But Senna has sustain, so I don't think this was smart. And I think Tahm Kench and Senna should just let them push in and freeze. Because Sett cannot push out the wave, and if the wave is like how you counter Sett is basically you keep the wave like this, and Sett cannot push out. Like he's literally incapable of doing anything except if he goes for an all-in. So if they do this and Nidalee can play around top side, Beepo is gonna be under a lot of pressure because Ornn can get dove by Nidalee's Sion very easily. This mismatchup mid is so horrible. Predator Galio. I think Spellbook would be better. I don't think you're gonna get away from the lane, man. I don't think you're gonna be able to get away from the lane. We see the heal is sustained. And this freeze, this is really good. First time I see bot lane in this series TES playing actually smart. I really like what they're doing to the way. You see how what heal is forced to do? Let me just switch this. Do you see what heal is forced to do? Right? What heal is forced to do is basically just walk up, use W to try to push out the wave. This is awesome. TES should just hold the wave here. Yeah. This Q from Jackie was a little bit too much, but it's okay. TES is playing actually smart. Full clear towards bot side, like we said, from Selfmade. Oh, really good by Healy. UW. Oh, really good. This is really smart because now Graves can go crap, can come bottling for a dive. This is really smart. But now they cannot trade. So now I think Karsa should go after the crab base and go towards bot lane to protect the dive. It's not about the kill, Ender. Don't talk bullshit. Thank you very much. This is really good. Ah, now they messed up. Did you see this minion block? Look at this minion block. Look. This is fine. Trade onto Senna. Really good. Look at this minion block. Look. Reckless. And then this. You see this? Reckless wanted to go like here. And he went like this. And this is where now Senna can trade back. And now they don't let it push into tower. And then Graves cannot dive. And then Nidalee is basing to cover them. I don't know what Nidalee is doing by, you know, doing this shit in terms of, you know, checking Grump. She doesn't have to, but... Why is it lagging? I hate this. Yeah, so now Graves could potentially dive if the wave would be on the tower, but it's not. So now look at Selfmade. He's thinking about it. And he's timing it. And now he goes. And it's so interesting because he has to go. He has to know that Nidalee is probably basing to stop him. So Tomken should get away. And this loses Fnatic so much tempo. It loses so much tempo. You know? And this is all by actually TES for the first time in the series winning the controlling the wave. This was beautifully played by TES. Okay. Karza. Now, if Karza is really smart, he goes for the Raptors. If he should know, based on where Graves is, based on the fact Graves is red, that Graves started top side. He saw the respawn of the Grump because he checked it. Which means he knows that Graves went this path. Okay? Which means he should know that this is up. Okay? And he should take Raptors. And then do like this towards top side. See? I really dislike this by Nidalee. Healy is so smart. If he freezes this... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Healy flashes the emote. He knows what's up. Oh my goodness. Like the wave management from TES was impeccable. And now... Holy moly. Fnatic gets a freeze off. This is so good for Fnatic. Good job, Healy. Big thumbs up from me. Big thumbs up. Healy Reckless. Playing so goddamn well. Oh, first blood. Well played. That's just based off the fact that Karza went like this instead of this. I don't like what Karza did. I really don't like that. I don't really like the communication between mid and jungle. And this gives such a big advantage towards Graves. Okay, at least he counter jungles. That's good, that's good. Well played, Karza. You at least read the situation. Good, good, good. Yeah, just finish camp. Good. You don't, Jackie Love, you don't have to be scared. There's nothing that can threaten you. Okay, TP comes in. He can't. Jackie is fine. Actually, where did Compigange go? Ugh, what is Yuyanya doing? Like look at this wave. Yuyanya has to be bought. They have to reset this wave. What's happening? What's happening again with this communication? Why is Yuyanya also so late? Like, what happened before? I didn't even check. Why is Yuyanya so late? What is this? Wait, no. Healy is so... Oh my... Healy! Oh, you're a god! Healy... Oh my god! Healy! So smart. What is he doing, by the way? Yanya tried to push it out. Oh, Healy. Well played. Well played. Well played, Healy. Like, so good. Guys, Healy did Such an awesome play. Such an awesome play. Like wow, this is incredible. So he knows he can't die. He knows if Nidalee stays here, Nidalee wastes too much time and Graves gets this. He knows that, you know, that gives Selfmade a really, really big advantage. So what he does is he stays here, knows he can freeze, stops the Tahm Kench, and they chases him to stop his base, so that Senna has to come to this frozen wave first before Tahm Kench. And then, because of that, that makes it so Senna cannot push out. This is crazy good by Hilly. This is crazy good by Hilly. I really don't like this TP by Galio. I really don't like this TP by Galio. I think it's completely unnecessary. I think he doesn't have to do it. It is not worth a kill. And the reason for it is because if you look at the minions, we can see that these minions are not gonna freeze. So if these minions would be more, and Reckless could freeze this TP is impeccably good. It is insanely good. Because these minions are too much to freeze, this TP is actually bad. Because now Reckless can't freeze, and Tahm Kench is gonna be able to walk bot, hold the lane, and then, you know, Senna's gonna be able to pick up. So Senna doesn't lose that much for this death. I don't know why Healy took the skill. Okay. Now Karza go bot and pick up. You see this? You see how Tahm Kench, so Yunyan doesn't know what to do in this kind of situation? When his Senna died, he should have walked instantly to bot and tried to hold this wave. You know? But he doesn't do it. He just walks randomly with Nidalee. Like, I think TES bot lane, you know, even though I really praised them this early game, how they managed the wave, I think it's a big weakness. I think Karza's decision making is also not the best. And I think Knight and 369 are the real carries of TES. Based on what I'm seeing. Like, some of the mistakes the bot lane from TES and Karza are doing are pretty terrible. Like, you might have seen this game, Knight die on mid, but it's basically based on Karza path. You know? Now you can say, yeah, he didn't communicate with Karza. That is true. Okay. Ooh. Well played. I agree. And this is why I didn't like the Tahm Kench Senna bot lane. Come on, Nemesis. Come on. Like, I'm teaching this, like, this is serious now. I'm not trying to flame him on anything, but I'm teaching this to silver and gold players. And if you look at the situation, tell me, if you understand the top lane has no TP, if you know that Nidalee cannot be here, okay, why do you go for this dive? Okay, why does Galio come and give up mid pressure, give up mid advantage, give up, you know, like getting zoned out, maybe potentially losing a plate or two, for the fact that he goes somewhere where he does need help? Like, Nemesis is just like... I really dislike this by Nemesis. I really dislike this by Nemesis. Like I said, I'm you know, acknowledging when you can or can't help something, or you need or you don't, is a very basic skill, and he doesn't really lose much, right? But it's a big mistake, and as long as he covers to like here, and then stays around mid, and you know, disables Graves, Jace to have a free base, it's so good. True. Reckless. True. Okay. I like this. Reckless doesn't have BF yet. Though I think Reckless should go Blade build this game. There's a lot of HP that's going to be built on the right side. Tom Kench. Sion. Grey. Jace. I think there's going to be a lot of HP build, and is he going to be able to hit a lot of people? I think he's going to be able to hit a lot of people. I think Blade could have been better. He would be stronger right now as well. Okay, good. Nemesis backs off. And now Healy should back off as well and go bot lane. There's no need to help. Yes, good, good, good. Well played, Healy. Well played, Healy. Now this play I like. This play I actually like. But the issue is that we're going into the territory that I'm scared that this is not going to work because of the fact that they're going for 2 plays at the same time. So what they're doing is they have people without TP top, right? They have Graves on top lane and they want to do the same time play on bot. Now this is a surprise play that could work or go horribly wrong, you know? And I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it based on the waves. Well played, Healy. Ooh, arrow was too fast. Ah, they're gonna win. Ooh, Jackie Love. This is so good for TES. And this is what I'm talking about. Don't go for 2 plays at the same time. Don't go for 2 plays at the same time. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Just let Graves clear top, base, come bot side, clear bot side, and then go with Herald and take the tower, and then just Ashe is gonna get Essence River, and you know the game is gonna be very, very difficult to play from TES because of the fact that when you take against Senna, if you take mid tower, it becomes super horrible. So the faster the game goes, and if Senna loses lane and is put in lane without the tower mid lane against an Ashe set is gonna do whatever the hell he wants. Tahm is gonna be useless, and Jace and Sion will not have any silent pressure, while Galio and Ornn will. So I really, really dislike. Like I said, it could go horribly wrong. It could go okay, and they would get a kill, but it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. I think they're getting too cocky. I mean, I know what's gonna happen result about this game, but I really, really dislike this play. I really dislike plays where it's in general when we want to do 2 plays at the same time. Because if for example here Ashe had BF already, I would say okay, Ashe is really, really strong, right? But I would still wait for my moment and just use Herald on bot and, you know, get it. But it's just, or let's say the wave would be close to the enemy tower and Galio would be ready to dive and, you know, it's set. I understand. But this is just like, even if they kill them, they still can't get much from it, so. Oh, well played. What? Wait, what healed him? Wait, what healed him? So Jackie gets shoot in. 1 shot. Nidalee heal. Nidalee heal. Karza healed him. Wow. Okay, they're gonna win. Wow. That was well played by Karza. And Union. Okay, that was good. That was good 2v2 for TES. Not worth for Fnatic. Okay, now they're gonna get the tower. So you might think, okay, so Fnatic got the tower and stuff like that, but this was theirs anyway, right? Because of Herald. So Knight didn't do yet anything much, and Galio has been roaming a lot. But Knight is gonna get now really, really strong, so I would say that this 2v2 was actually benefit, and I think the bot lane again from Fnatic is just too much. Too much. Now this is too much by Healy. This is too much by Healy. They're not on the same page. They're just not on the same page. Okay. Ooh. The damage from Knight is pretty good. They should swap now. They should swap now into 1-3-1. Ooh, well played, Healy. Oh, okay. Force his flash. No, what is Beepo doing? Beepo! Oh, this is so good for... Reckless? 1-for-1. This was so bad. So bad by Fnatic. Like, they're getting so cocky. They're getting so cocky. Ooh. Close. Oh my goodness. Why are we tunnel visioning on this Drake? Why are we tunnel visioning on this Drake? So they're gonna give... Actually, this fight is good. This flank is good. Okay, this one's good. This one's good. This is gonna be Fnatic win. Hard. This is gonna be Fnatic win hard. Yeah. Why does TES contest this? Why does why do we have this fights here around Drake just for both teams? I just don't get it. I really don't get it. It's so much tunnel vision. But Fnatic gets on top of this. Really well played, Fnatic. That was a good TP by Healy. Okay. Ooh, well played, Karza. Ooh, they're out. What? Yanya. Oh. Okay. What? Knight. Oi. Okay. Okay, Fnatic gets on top of this, but TES really handed them the kills. No. That is really big for Fnatic. Karza is playing a pretty good Nidalee, mechanically. He's playing a pretty good Nidalee mechanically. But I just don't understand why do we fight here for Drake. Well played, Healy. Like, Healy... Like I said, Healy and Reckless are playing really well. Really well. I love when they show Fnatic support and they say they're happy, but every single time they show the support of the guys support staff of the guys that won the play, right? So why would they be unhappy if they only show the ones that benefit from the from the play? I just don't get it. Sometimes Riot Games is sometimes the casters are weird. Fnatic has a pretty okay lead now. The issue we see is that Jace is scaling, Senna is scaling, Nidalee is in a really good position. She's really strong. And here it's like Ashe, but Ashe has an Essence River build, which I think it's gonna be very difficult for Ashe. She needs like at least 3 items to get to the Sion. If Sion is involved, and she's not low level now, she's level 9. You see here, like Jackie is already starting to outrange her. So here, what Fnatic wants to do is they really want this Herald, because this Herald enables them to break mid. If they break mid, they're in such a good spot because they can just when this mid lane tower falls down, Senna without wave clear is on mid. And then they get entrance to this side of the jungle, and then they can pick a fight with Ornn roams because Sion cannot push against. So Sion and Jace cannot push side lanes because of the fact they lost mid tower. And then it just opens this up, and then, you know, Fnatic can just play for 4 Drakes and Baron. And there's, you know, this is like Ocean map, so Ocean Drake would be insanely good because these guys don't have burst, they have sustained damage. If this guy picks Ocean Drake, I think Fnatic wins. And when I was watching this game the first time, I really thought that Fnatic here, you know, just knows how to close out a game. Okay, so Beepo tries to get the wave, which is good. Beepo should be fine. This is good. This Herald should be used mid lane. Hopefully they don't use it top. Yeah, just go mid. We saw Tom Kench roaming bot. Yeah. And then wait for it, for Ornn to come mid and then use it. Okay, okay. I like this. Oh, Healy flashes in really good. I like this. So they don't want to use Herald on mid lane instantly, so they want to secure top lane tower first and they go for a trade, which is fine. I think here that Galio should have based. Again, Nemesis should have based here and went bot side. Oh no, not Herald top lane. Why are we using Herald top? We needed mid. Oi, oi. Oh my goodness. I really don't like this. And they get pressured mid. And they shared like Ashe, like Nemesis just shared the full 2 waves with Reckless. Like why? Just this Herald usage was horrible. This stay was horrible. Jace got so much from it. Like TES, even though Fnatic used Herald on top, you guys need to understand, TES got so much from this play. So much more. They get free jungle on Nidalee. They get free farm and waves on mid lane. And Jace gets a shit ton of gold. You know? It was so good for TES. Like, the tower was free, just base, and Ashe takes it, and then Galio goes bot, or Ornn goes bot, and Galio goes mid, and it's like there's such an easy rotation. I don't know. I don't know who, probably Healy or Reckless, one of those two were calling for this. You know, maybe Selfmade called it, I don't know, but was really, really bad. Really, really bad macro play from Fnatic. The reason why I'm a little bit getting emotional is because if Fnatic understood Senna and they would break mid tower and they would get what I said, and then they just secure silent towers anyway because Sion and Jace cannot push up against a Sed that can just roam whenever he wants on mid lane, a Galio and Graves fed, right? Sorry, not Galio fed, but Graves fed, and a Galio and Ornn that have insane kill pressure on side lane. These 2 champions, you guys need to understand, these 2 champions cannot push side lane if mid lane is pushed in, which means from now on Fnatic locks enemy into their jungle, and there's no way for TES to contest any vision in the river and stuff like that. And now they just made a huge good trade. Like, it's like, oh my goodness, I don't like this. He's gonna get away. He has ultimate. Oh, he doesn't have ultimate. Okay, then he's dead. I think he's dead. Oh, Senna ult? Okay. Oh, they're gonna die. Sign ult. Flash. Summoners for Reckless. Okay. He died. But Reckless doesn't have flash, so that's a big shutdown for TES. There's so much gold picked up. This could actually be said that it's a little bit worse for TES. Sorry, for Fnatic, because of the fact they get mid tower. Okay? So this responds why Fnatic is good that they take the tower. I think they just invested too many people top. I think Jace or Nidalee should have just defended mid. I think this is a big mistake by TES. There's so much just focusing on kills. And I think TES should get here free Drake. And that delays the four Drakes of Fnatic. Like, the game should have been so different if just properly used Herald. If they properly just put 1-3-1. If they properly just played around this. If Fnatic secures this third Drake, in 5 minutes it's game over if they take Ocean. And it's like, this I don't know, this disrespect I feel from Fnatic's play, this laughing, this, you know, like, maybe it's nerves, you know, but maybe they're cocky or something, but I think here Reckless should just take the death. Okay, so now 1-3-1. At least now the game state is for Fnatic. The problem is they need 5 extra minutes. And like I said, the scaling from Jace, the scaling from Senna is going to kick in. And Jace is really, really strong right now. Karza on Nidalee is really, really strong right now. And Nidalee spares plus EQ from Jace, you know, they're going to hurt. They will really, really hurt. And the Ashe engage is nullified by TK. So they need to include Ornn. I like what Healy's doing. Getting deep vision. Good. I like the item. This item. It's not Death Stance, it's Deadman's Plate. Really good for Healy here. Because he can roam around the map much, much faster. I'm not a specialist in terms of items. That's something that's in LS domain, but that's why I'm not commenting anything on item buys. But right now, I feel like Fnatic had the game. Now here, you know, with this Drake, you know, we just have 5 extra minutes, so I don't think anything's gonna happen for the next 3 minutes. So we're gonna just skip. It's just gonna be Fnatic pushing mid, and then, you know, pushing sides, and then collapsing mid lane, and then, you know, TES is gonna back off. Give up vision. They're just gonna clear vision with each other. So let's see. Let's go before the Drake. Nothing's really gonna happen. Okay, so now we're before the Drake. Let's see. So TES actually can give this Drake up, even though it's soul point after, because they can get a little bit more scaling. But as we can see, both champions completed Muramana, which means TES is actually really, really strong right now. As long as they can prevent Ashe from doing damage, which Sion definitely can, with, you know, how he built. So, and with the sustain, actually I think TES wins the fight here with items, based on the items completed. I just want TES to go mid, pressure Fnatic, you know, and then wait for engage. Oh, they catch Healy. This is bad for Fnatic. They just blowed Ornn and they cannot follow this up. Ooh. Ooh, I really, really hate this Solan. I really, really hate this Solan. I mean, Hylissang's ultimate is nice, but the problem is, you see here, Jackula flashed, and now Fnatic has nothing, and if they go deep in, I know the picture is a little bit worse, but if they go deep in, Jack is gonna flank Selfmade and Ashe, and if Selfmade and Ashe can do damage, like Galio is gonna do absolutely nothing. Beepo is gonna do absolutely, like, this Sion is unkillable here. Yeah, Senna ult. Ooh. Okay, Healy died. Ooh, set ulti. You see how they are trying to position themselves to the damage, but they know if they go with Nidalee heals, with, you know, Jace damage, they're gonna die. So this is completely in favor of TES. This is completely in favor of TES. Okay. Yeah. And the problem with this engage was, like I said, the moment I saw this ultimate, let's look at this. Here, right? The moment I saw this ultimate is like, okay, this ultimate is meant to protect Hylissang. But now the only engage you have got blown away, and everything was used on TK. So when Seth jumps in like this, and you see Nidalee didn't get CC'd, Chase didn't get CC'd, and Senna didn't get CC'd. It's just now you used everything up except Galio ulti. How are you gonna win the fight? There's still Senna ult. There's still Sion ult. You know, they're all full HP. And in the sustained fight, we know the TES wins. So this is really big mistake by Fnatic. I can get this Baron. And now the problem is, because of Jace, Nidalee poke plus Senna sustain, if they just run it down a 1-3-1 and then run it down mid as 5 men, I'm sorry, but Fnatic has no wave clear. They just don't have enough range to contest. Which means now TES is in a very commanding lead. A very, very commanding lead. TES is in a very good position right now. Fnatic has to really give up just stuff here. And TES can take all outer towers. If I'm TES, I would even probably take mid inhibitor here. I would just force it down. I think Fnatic can do anything. Ooh, big damage. Ooh, towers are getting destroyed. This is really bad by Hilly. This is really bad by Hilly. This is really bad. Galio's ultimate useless. So now, again, Fnatic used everything, and now TES can just run it down with the sustain. And this is all based on that play where they used Herald on top lane, you know, and then they missed on the Drake timing, right, and didn't get the Drake. That made it so that TES now, you know, they're not 4 Drake Fnatic. If this is 4 Drake Fnatic, Fnatic doesn't lose fights like this. They can match the sustain. But now Fnatic can do absolutely nothing because of range disadvantage, and because Galio is useless, okay. And they just don't have enough frontline and enough burst. Like I said, they don't have enough burst, enough damage to burst through the Senna sustain, TK sustain, Nidalee sustain. Just don't have enough damage. And it's impossible with the range disadvantage and not having good enough engage to do anything. Ooh, Nemesis is gonna die here. Ooh, good ulti by Bipo. But Sion can't die. They're gonna win. Ooh, what a bad flash by 369. Ooh, yoy. They can look to finish. They can look to finish. Yeah, they can look to finish. Me, I wouldn't go for the finish here. I wouldn't have the balls. Like, it's like super crazy that TES just is like 1 game away from losing the series and disqualified through Worlds, and they just go for the finish. I love the balls. I love that. But if I would command this team, I would tell them, you know, finish it up properly, guys. Okay? Go bot. Take bot inhib here. Go base. Go top. Finish the game. Okay? There's no range and no enough damage. Selfmade tried a lot on Senna. Really good. You guys see, right? It's just, there's not enough burst damage to kill them through the sustain. And the range. Zuck, Hylissang dead. And I see Selfmade and I see Reckless trying so hard, but I'm just hearing like Reckless in the background. I just can't, guys, I can't go in. I can't do damage. You know, like, slow. And Fnatic just wants to with Galio, with Ornn, they just want to go in, right? And Selfmade and Reckless are just like, I can't. I can't go, right? I don't do enough damage with my champion, you know? And it's so frustrating because I think, again, 4th game in a row. I'll explain. So the game's over. So I think 4th game in a row, the bot lane of Fnatic played exceptionally well, you know? And I think this game actually Selfmade played pretty good himself. He got a 2-level lead over Karsa. So I think Selfmade played really good. But when Fnatic started to make 2 plays at the same time, when they misused the Herald, right? When they started laughing around and not just finishing up the game, because this game was theirs. This game was definitely Fnatic's. 100% I'm up for Fnatic's, you know? And the thing that I was worried about when I saw that they lost this game was that now they're crushed, okay? Now Fnatic is gonna lose. And the reason why I felt this way is because when you're in a best of 5 series and you're 2-0 up, and then you have a third game, you lose, you're like, okay, fine, we messed up, right? And then you have a fourth game, and you had such a big lead. So you need to understand, Fnatic had such a big lead, such a big tempo lead, and you cannot close it out, you get demoralized and crushed. And now all the issues from game 1, 2, 3, 4 just come crashing into the waiting room. And people are like, you know, Nemesis, why are you 100 CS behind Jace? Okay? They're like, you know, Selfmade is like, you know, Beeple, why are you engaging the way you're engaging? You know? And, you know, Ash, why are you not doing that? You know, they can start. I'm not saying Fnatic did that in the waiting room, but things from the past 4 games can come up. And trust me, it is very, very difficult to form a good plan for the 5th game. It is very, very difficult. I think Fnatic, when I saw Graves, when I saw Seth, when I saw Ash, I think had an awesome plan. And I would run down the same 3 picks, but I hated the 4 and 5. Okay? I hated the 4 and 5. And I hated the Camille ban. And maybe if they didn't ban Camille, you know, TES would pick it up on 4. But I think if they go Mordekaiser to shut down the Camille, I don't know if, I know that Beeple plays it, right? And then they would go mid lane, you know, just something into, something, what would they go mid? They would have Ashe, Graves, Mordekaiser, so they can go anything AD, sorry, anything AP on mid lane, really. You know, they can even potentially go Galio there, you know? Like, they can go Galio on 5 so that they don't pick it up. And even if they go Jace and they have Jace, Camille, stuff like that, now Mordekaiser, you know, actually they would have less engaged then. They would have less engaged then. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if they pick Camille on 4, can they go set top and pick Rakan on bot lane? That's the question. And then they go Galio mid. They could do this. I am not exactly sure. I think Seth beats Camille on site till Camille gets a few items. I don't think TES would do, I don't know exactly what TES plays if they play Camille, but I would definitely not ban Camille and I would go for the option, you know? And I know, yes, they picked up Ornn, but I wouldn't do that. I would shoot to go, like, their Camille Galio on 4-5 is so much stronger than the Camille on 4 for TES, in my opinion. So, yeah. But I think TES in this game identified what they need to play. Safe bot, strong mid carry, you know, for TES, so for Knight. Counter pick on top lane, and then a strong, confident jungler for Karsa. Even though I don't believe Karsa mechanically played well, but his decision making I don't agree with. So what Fnatic needs to adapt here is they just need to solve this. They need to solve this. Like, Selfmade came back with a Grace pick. They should pick, in my opinion, they should pick red side, Fnatic. And I think Beeple played much better in this game than he played in the previous games, and botlane is still rocking the world. You know, Hilly, what he did literally won them the early game. That play from Hilly was insanely good. So, I know the result, what's going to happen in the 5th game, but I'm just telling you guys that in those kind of moments, Fnatic is crushed. Like, if I would be Fnatic coach, I would be crushed after game 4, like this. I would be crushed. And TES would be, like, super happy. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in game 5. So, guys, you know how to support me. Like, comment, subscribe. If you don't like things, tell me why. I will improve it. You can turn on this like, I don't care. I mean, I care because I see that you care about telling me that something's wrong with the video and I can make it better. And I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate the subscription. If you want to see more videos, you know, subscribe, like, comment. And let's go into the game 5 of the series.